Here we're asked to write the equation of the line that's parallel to a provided line, and also they give us a point that the line passes through. So the fact that this line is already set up in y equals mx plus b is really helpful because I automatically know that my slope is the number next to x. So I'm going to go ahead and label that right now. Since parallel lines have the same slope, I'm going to be keeping my slope as 2 in my new line. The other piece of information that I need is my point that they gave me, because that provides me with an x and a y. So now I have 3 of the 4 pieces that make up y equals mx plus b, so I'm going to plug in the ones that I know, and then I'll be able to solve for x. So I'd make that -1 is equal to 2 times 6 plus b, and then I just evaluate, so this is 12 plus b, and then I would subtract 12 on both sides. So this gives me that b is -13, so since they want the equation of the line, I'm not done, I have to go back and actually write out my equation in y equals mx plus b. So we said our slope was going to stay as 2, and we just found that our y-intercept is -13. So that would be my line. If I'm asked to write the equation of a line perpendicular, that does change things because when I find my slope, I have to turn that into its negative reciprocal. So the other issue here is that I am not given my line in y equals mx plus b, so I have to first rearrange it so that it is, because otherwise I don't know the slope. So to isolate y, I would first subtract my 3x. That means this is still -y. And I like to always put the x first because that's more the way that we're used to seeing it. And then this is really like -1y, so I'm going to divide everyone by -1. So this is y equals +3x minus 5. So now I have my line in y equals mx plus b, which means the slope is evident now, and that's 3. So since I want a perpendicular line, I need to turn this into the negative reciprocal. Since 3 is really over 1, when I flip it, it becomes 1 over 3, and it becomes negative. So that's my slope that I'll be using to write the equation of my line. I have the same point that I had last time, so I'm going to go ahead and list out what I know. My slope is -1/3, my x is 6, and my y is -1. So I go ahead like last time, I write out my y equals mx plus b, and now I substitute in what I know. So this says that -1 is equal to -1/3 times 6 plus b. So if I plug that into my calculator, I get -2, and then I solve for b by just adding 2 to both sides. That will give me that 1 is b. So finally, the equation, since that's what they asked for, is y equals -1/3 x plus 1.